I am Italy. Hey, Angelo's. Hey, Paolucci. Hey, here's the place where John Gotti had a social club. Hey, Umberto's Clamhouse. That's where little Joey Gallo got whacked. Look at me.
Now we're cooking. Just like Ray Liotta in Goodfellas. It's time to burst into that female magazine and collect my dough. I come to get my money.
Your name, sir?
Joey, your worst nightmare, Queenanini.
And you've come to see?
Trish Carmody.
I don't think you have an appointment, do you, Mr. Queenie?
I don't need an appointment to see that dumb broad.
Oh, yes, you
What
do.
is this?
Out!
This mafia stuff isn't going too good, is it, Joey boy? Let's take a ride. Joe, you're not gonna make it as a mobster looking like that.
Why not?
You got a $2,500 suit on. You can't look like that. You gotta
Why
look
not?
like a gangster. You gotta look like a mobster.
This is where this is like Ray Liotta. This is the way gangsters look. What are you talking about?
You gotta look
I'm
like
trying my
somebody that
best.
can
I'm trying
kill
to look like a
somebody.
gangster. Hey,
You gotta
I can
look
kill
like-
somebody, believe me.
You can kill somebody. I don't think you could kill anybody. You just don't have the stature
Hey,
on.
let's
I'm
not get
telling you,
personal.
you look
Hey,
like a jerk.
hey, I'll talk to Don Altobello
You
if
don't
this
get
keeps up.
personal. You should have hit me then.
No,
You don't have a mean bone in your body.
You know, it could result in an angry letter to the Times.
If you called me a jerk off, the first thing I'd do is I'd start choking you. You didn't even take your hands out. You're standing there like a fucking mummy. Joe, you don't even scare me staring at me. You don't even scare me. I don't think you could scare anybody with that face. What are you gonna do? There's nothing you can do. You don't have the balls to do anything. I mean, you know, you got nothing going for you.
What's the second thing you would do?
Put you down on the ground and kick the shit out of you.
So
You're
what-
not a guy that could take a beating. You're not a guy that, if they messed up that pretty face, you'd be crying all night. Yeah.
What's the third thing you'd do?
And if you got up again, pull my gun and shoot you. Be that simple, it'd be over.
Well, I'm learning a lot here, at least.
Joe, pack it in, go on to some other profession. It's over, believe me. All you're gonna do is get yourself killed out there.
So what you're telling me is there's nothing here for me, not even at the entry level.
Not even at the entry level, Joe. Pack it in.
Grazie.
It's not just me who's a failure. The mean streets are empty except for a few ex-cops, criminology students, and film crews. It's like most of the mob just went into hiding.
Marone me. Look at you, a guy with your brains and education. You know what you gotta do? You gotta contact the guys in the new mob, okay? Now these guys, they're not into women and drugs and all this, all right? These guys, they're into computer scams and stock market frauds.
Yeah, so how do I contact these guys?
Right here. You leave a message for them, www.cosa.nostra.com, okay? If they like you, they'll give you a call. And now, I must bid you arrivederci.
Financial crime is really the great growth area. If you're involved in an enterprise kind of crime, if you don't like the gas tax scam that went on, the point about it is that you steal hundreds of millions of dollars, and you got to know where to place that money. And these are people who are bankers, particularly having Caribbean banks of one kind or another, who are involved in large arms shipments around the world, oftentimes sanctioned by intelligence organizations. Involved in the oil business as brokers, as tanker charter deals that are worth tens of millions of dollars, and that have entree all around the world. So they operate or have operated in Hong Kong in the old days, Singapore, Geneva, out of Holland, out of London, out of America, and they are far more interesting, far more serious, far more lucrative than the kind of neighborhood gangsters that one tends to think about when they think of organized crime.
Hey, Wall Street, like taking candy from a baby. Madonna. No asshole in a gabardine trench coat's gonna push me around.
Hi, welcome. Feel right at home. I'm Dylan Corleone. This is my sister Tara Corleone and our cousin Chip Corleone.
I come to you today because I wish to draw water from your well.
Like, hello?
I wish to join our thing. I wish to do this work. In all of the 5 boroughs I am known.
Didn't I see you on Letterman or something?
Hey, I wish you to open the book so I can become a made guy. I want to be connected. I want to have my own crew.
Does this make any sense to you
Whatever.
at all, Tara? Chip?
Look, Mr. Queenan, we run a very sophisticated operation here, and we're not really looking for... what would you call it?
Muscle.
Yes, muscle. Now, I'm very sorry, but you seem to have a very Victorian conception of how this organization operates.
Cannolis?
Espresso.
Bella Figura?
We've moved so far beyond that.
We're on the cutting edge.
We're capitalizing on internal synergies.
We have our own website.
So we really...
Don't need
An old goomba like you.
This day, I have been treated with no respect. You will not give, so I must take. If you will not let the robin dip his beak in the fountain, perhaps you must feel the talons of the vulture.
Sounds good.
Thanks for your time.
Would you like a copy of our annual report?
Things ain't what they used to be. Suddenly wise guys are wearing suits and behaving like my neighbors. The only guys whose violence reaches mythological proportions these days are the Russians.
Oh, who's that? Hey, this is great.
This is great.
The Italians basically have very structured family-type organizations with hierarchical memberships, with clear delineation of lines of responsibility and so on. We don't see that with the structures of the Russians. What you see is much more of a floating, more amorphous kind of an arrangement in which, depending upon what the criminal opportunity is, the nature of the crime that they're trying to commit, they bring together people who have particular specialties to carry out that particular crime. They carry out the crime and then they sort of dissipate. These are people with university degrees, in some cases with master's degrees, people who have worked in substantial positions, people who have international contacts, people who know about international banking systems and so on. These are not low-level thugs. These are not people who are unsophisticated. These are not people who don't know what's going on in the world, which I think makes them much more dangerous than a lot of other criminal groups. I think if the Russians did turn their attention to the rest of the world, given the sophistication they have, given the numbers that they have, given the kinds of things that they are capable of doing, I think they could present an enormous threat.
So you got a name or something? Like, what do I call you?
For the purposes of our conversation, my name is Ivan Ilyich.
No, like Ivan the Kulak, no, like Ivan, Spanish Rasputin, Ilyich, something like that?
If it will make you feel better, you can call me the Antichrist, but we don't really go for that crap.
Okay, so like, what kind of work do you have in your organization for a guy like me?
Right now, we're looking for people with experience filling bogus medical claims. Any expertise in that area?
No.
Ever done any oil or tax scams?
Can't say that I have.
Rigged initial public offerings on the Vancouver Stock Exchange?
Hey, what's that?
Well, we set up a company to go public. It's bogus, like a leisure or investment holding company. Then we trade the stock like fury in the first day of trading, between ourselves. Then we have our broker call up doctors, dentists, veterinarians, and tell them they can make a fortune on this new stock. It went from like $12 to $30 in the first day, and do they want to buy in? We sell our shares at $30 a piece, and we make fortune.
So if it's so easy, why isn't everybody doing it?
They are. So, what can you do?
You know, I'm looking for something in the area of rectification, adjudication, indemnification, persuasion, intimidation, that sort of thing. You know, my understanding is you guys are capable of awesome, extreme violence. And, you know, I distinctly remember one time John Gotti saying that when the Italians come to kill you, they kill you. But when the Russians come to kill you, they kill your whole family. This really appeals to me.
Yes, this is true, but this is the way of the home country. Here we are more organized, more hidden. We try not to step on any toes. But why come to us? Why try to ingratiate your small self with us?
I got a problem in my neighborhood, you know, I don't get no respect and everything, so what I'm trying to do is, you know, I figure if I can walk the walk and talk the talk like Bobby De Niro does in Main Streets, maybe I can get some respect, hold my head up high again.
Look, I've seen you on David Letterman. I've read your articles in Manchester Guardian. You're a very funny guy. But in Little Odessa, we have little use for this.
See.
I'll tell you what. In exchange for some advice, can you get me...
Can I get you what?
4 backstage passes to David Letterman.
Who can refuse Don Altobello?
What?
Never mind.
All right, here's my advice. In your neighborhood with these people who importune you, be an adult, for Christ's sake. Try to be more assertive.
Yeah, assertive. Yeah, more assertive. Yeah, I can do that.
Joe, where is the check?
I don't think I need to explain to you why we won't be doing business.